Talking about struggles, stuck in a bubble. BaseVybez, this is real life. BaseVybez, we chill. BaseVybez, when we talking, we been for real, answering all your questions. BaseVybez, a place to speak in mind. BaseVybez, we chill. BaseVybez, we for real. BaseVybez, speak in mind. BaseVybez, we chill. BaseVybez, we for real.
Welcome to BaseVybez. BaseVybez is a place where you can speak your mind freely and we have conversations about real life experiences. BaseVybez, conversations with bass and vibes with you in mind. I'm your host, Wendy Shenarigan, and I am excited about tonight's conversation, especially from a female perspective. Have you ever wanted to ask a man a question, but you felt a little bit weird asking it? Well, tonight we have 3 men in the building from different perspectives, different age ranges, different backgrounds, and they're going to answer our questions for us today. So let's get started. I want to introduce to you all our host. Of course, our host is going to be first T Shenarigan. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you. I am T Shenarigan, one of your hosts. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. It is a pleasure to have you once again. Tonight, we're just going to be free and talk about whatever it is that the woman wants to know. I don't know what the question is, but I've got my bros here. We're going to dive into it just to answer your curiosity.
All right. And so next we have another person that is a close friend of ours. We're going to ask for Dre to introduce himself to our audience.
Hey guys, how you doing today? My name is Andre, aka the man, the myth, the legend.
Jeez.
Listen, all the questions y'all want, go ahead and ask.
There's so much I could have said, but I'm not going to do that right now. All right. Last but certainly not least, another great friend of ours. He has always been so supportive. Great man. I want to give it up for D. If you would like to introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Dakar Franklin. I'm here to answer any questions y'all need. I'm here with my boys right here.
All right. Okay, so let's get this started. Men, there's only one rule. I want you to be as honest as possible. I don't want you to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to stand back. I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything unless you need clarifications from a woman's perspective. And you best believe I'm going to give it to you. So here are the questions that we've gotten from our female attendees. Question number 1. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
All right. Question number 1. You know, females, we think about our men throughout the day. We think about how tall they are. We think about how sexy they are or how short they are. We think about what they're eating. What are they doing? Are they behaving themselves? Do y'all really think about y'all's girl like that? Or is y'all just really going about your day? And we want you to be honest because I've always thought that my husband really don't think about me as much as I think about him. So I'm going to allow you a get out of jail free card tonight. So give us the true answer. Do you think about your woman like that?
I mean, absolutely. I think about my woman constantly, okay? But the fact still remains that, I can't think about you 24/7 because there's so many other pressing things that men gotta think about, right, fellas? Right? We gotta think about security, our children, safety, providing, protecting. There's just so much to think about. So, in a sense, I do think about you, but there's other times when I've got to, put you aside for a second and think about some things that are also important for me to be able to handle.
So what you're saying is you probably don't think about me as much as I think about you. We being real. Get out of free jail card.
I don't want you to think that
Get out of jail.
being thought of, Now, what the percentage of how you want me to think of you
Yeah.
might not be realistic.
I need for you to think of me every 15 to 30 minutes. That's what
15
I'm
to
thinking.
30 minutes.
15
Out of
to
every
30
hour.
minutes.
Out of every hour, I'm going to think about 15 to 30 minutes. So that means we only have 30 minutes to think about everything else that we've got to deal with. I got you, babe. What y'all think?
You know what? It's in the man's nature, right? Like, we're built different from women, where, yes, you know, when we wake up, the first thing about your woman, and when you go to bed, that's the last thing you do. But you also have to think about everything else that comes around, where, like, okay, your job is to protect your family, providing all the kind of good stuff. So you can't be sitting there and just, 24/7, what are my women doing? What does she need? What's going on? We can't do that. But we,
says she needs.
unfortunately, we're not built like that. What you think, brother?
Oh man, so I'm a little older than y'all, so my perspective's a little bit different, but the same, right? So with me, women were made for emotion, and they have to be that way. They have to. You're raising children. Men are supposed to be made for protection and all that, right? There's times in the day, right? We're talking on the we think of you, of course. We wake up thinking about you, go to sleep thinking about you. Throughout that day, usually you're on a mission. You can't sit there and go to work and just, I was in the military, so if I'm thinking about my girl every day, minute, and I'm supposed to be at war doing something, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be.
Distraction.
But that does not take away the fact that I'm thinking about you, because there's times in between that where you just go, man, I miss my girl. Just to keep it real.
Facts.
So there's fluctuations of how much a man would think about their woman, and I believe that a woman definitely thinks about men way more. And there's no right or wrong answer to that. We just gotta find the common ground for mutual understanding of, hey, a guy he's out here fixing cars, tires. Can't think about you. I might forget to put that logo on that car. Now that car flips over because I'm thinking about you. It gotta be understood, is what I'm saying.
I think you made a valid point. We're definitely wired differently. As we know, women are, base a lot of things off of emotion, and men typically want to base things off logic, right? So that's where we're different. Because your emotional runs the majority part of your brain. You emotionally attached. You're thinking, okay, what is he doing? You're thinking of well-being and all that, and we appreciate that. But for a man, logic kicks in. Although we're thinking about you, but there's still a lot of things that comes in factor with our daily lives that we also have to make sure that we get right in order for us to continue to think about you. If that makes
And
sense.
I think to add to that, the way we think about you is probably 100% different from the way you think about us.
Facts.
But that doesn't mean we don't think about you. So it could be at work, you're just like, man, I'm having a bad day. I wonder what my baby cooking.
Mm-hmm.
If it's about cooking, if that's the part.
Yeah.
Or I wonder what she wore to work today. Not in a bad way, just in that I'm thinking of you.
Or-
But then we gotta get back to that reality real quick.
Or I just want to hear her voice.
Or that.
Because it makes everything, feel better. It gotta have the right balance. That's the only thing. Just
Gotta
the
have
right
the right
balance.
balance and the right flow.
So I think what the man is saying is, it's a little bit hard to give you 30 minutes of constant thinking. Okay? Per hour of the day. But we still think about you, because you are an important factor in our lives. For every blessed man, there is a great woman on the side of him. And we appreciate that.
We forgot something. We ain't even added in if we got mothers and kids we gotta think about.
Mm.
We gotta think about them too. You're included with it, but there's different levels to it,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
That's
Preach.
Yes.
I think. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, you know what? There's so much I want to say, but I'm going to save
Come on.
it for season 2 when we have how the woman think. So I guess that's the reason why when you get into a relationship, and sometimes even today I may call too much and I hear the irritation in his voice, like, why you calling me again? Why you calling me? Because I love you.
So you call
You know,
me
and I'm
every
just
5
thinking
minutes.
about you. So, okay, that we understand now. So let me ask you question number 2, and I want y'all to be really, really honest, because sometimes I don't think some men are really, truly honest about this. The question came up again about how you feel about your woman being the breadwinner, being the leader, being the take home, and you may not make as much. Maybe you only making 50%. She making 6 figures and you're making 50. Does that really do something to your ego? And I want you to be honest. Does it do something to your ego?
No.
You can go.
Let me go first real quick.
Yeah.
If you got an ego, you already got a problem.
Easily.
And we can keep going or we don't have to, but if you got an ego and it's definitely to deal with money, you got a problem.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there. You shouldn't have a problem because your woman is making way more than you. That goes to the household, that goes to everything. Now, if you got an ego, you're going to have a problem with it. You shouldn't have a big ego if you're married. You gotta give that up.
Absolutely. And I think those men don't understand, the simple word of partnership. You don't have to be, the lead or the head and everything. It's okay for her to make more. You know what? Shoot. My favorite line is especially when we go out. Hey, that's my sugar mama. She pays right? You gotta live and have fun with it. You know what? She has worked so hard to be where she's at. And if you're a true partner, you should be able to support that. You should be able to, you know what, babe? You're doing great. Congratulations.
Enjoy.
Continue to push it to strive.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. So why should I take away from all the hard work that she's put in that we're both benefiting from?
Why is money the separating thing between us?
I think what's happening is
You know what I'm saying?
women are thinking. Some women may think because some women feel the man should be the head of the household, and the head of the household. A lot of times, especially in America, we feel the person who's the head of the household brings in the most money.
Well,
So how do you feel about that?
as you know me, the fine head of the household, right? So just because a man and sometimes the woman is the head of the household, let's be honest, because as you just said, she's the breadwinner, but regardless of who's the breadwinner or who's the head of the household, does the relationship, does the household have humility? Does the partner can humble themselves in a way where they can appreciate that their spouse is bringing in what's needed for the household.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be, oh my God, I'm so upset because I'm not the one providing like I should. God, you know what? God doesn't say because I put you two together, you're going to be the one bringing in the check. God put you two together maybe because she's your blessing.
That's deep though.
Like,
Yeah, it could be the blessing. It doesn't matter where it is.
It doesn't matter where it is. It's in the household. So we have to understand and appreciate that. You know what? It is okay for your woman to be ahead, for your woman to.
And what you're saying too, leadership doesn't count on who's
Money,
making
yeah.
more.
No.
You can still be the leader because she's making more.
Definitely.
That's a system that was put in place about these finances. That's all it is. But the man can still be the man of the house, even if the woman's making more. Money's not a determinant factor.
Well, that's the thing, because a lot of folks associate head of the household with just money, but it's not really
It's
it,
not
right?
really.
So leading isn't just about money. If you start leading with money, then you have a problem. Leading come with
If you lead with anything other than love, right?
Love,
Or communication,
exactly.
or God. Yeah.
So
Speaking of God, let's take it back to the biblical times. When Jesus was actually on his crusades,
When he flipped the table,
he wasn't sponsoring everything. It was a woman that was sponsoring his journey.
you know the only time he got mad?
But he was still the king. He was still the leader, right? But it was a woman funding the expedition.
You know the only time he got mad? He flipped the table over. The taxpayers. And
That's
with money.
That's because they were greedy.
I'm just saying,
They were
with money.
disrespecting the temple. But yes, woman, I applaud you for the ones that are working hard. Continue to do so. I would say do not let a man tell you not to spread your wings, and definitely continue to strive to achieve what God has destined and blessed you to be. And man, if you're one of those suckers, and I'm saying it again, suckers that want to definitely bring down their woman because she's the breadwinner of the family, please jump off the wagon and support her.
yeah, I mean the only thing.
Let your ego go.
Yeah, I mean the only thing I'm gonna add to that is that it's, if the woman has been making more, there's no issue with that. I've dated a lot of women that actually make more than me, but as long as there's respect and balance in the household, humility, that's it. Because I think what people might be a little iffy about is when there is disrespect where I make more than you, so just don't say it. to shut up.
Absolutely, yes.
That's where the problem comes in.
What makes you feel like you're the head of the household? What makes you feel like you're the head of the household?
That's a
If
good
it's not
question.
money, what
That's
is
a great
Responsibilities.
My God,
Responsibility.
The founding fathers.
The founding fathers.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That tops off everything.
It is
My
great.
God, get it right.
My God, get it right.
What's the book say? But not that. It's also about guidance, understanding, being, if you're a father, that father.
A leader, how do I help my family go to this next level? Whoever that is in the family is probably the leader of that. But the Bible says, what we say,
Absolutely. Yeah, because
Right.
you have to still protect, right? So you're protecting, you're, again, providing, doing a lot of things. So I think it goes back to responsibilities. Like, let's say somebody, robbed your house at 3 a.m. in the morning. What do you look into? Man, just get up out there and go fight this guy out there, or get him out of the house or something like that. So I think it goes back to responsibility. I think a lot of men need to take that very seriously. It's easy to be single, but when you're actually with somebody, you're taking on all the responsibility because when the relationship fails, you're the one they look to.
Absolutely.
You're going to be the one.
And when you ask the question, I think it's simple as you doing what's needed for the family. You being there. That's it. That's pretty much what the woman really wants. That's what the truth wants.
sacrifice.